think I need to go a bit further over. That's a bit better, isn't it? Excuse me, I'm just eating a toffee. I wonder who will be first. Will it be Nathan? Who will it be today? Oh, the neckline of my jumper's gone a bit strange. There we are, sort it out. All alone am I. Crocheting. I'll just crochet till somebody comes. Oh, it is Nathan. Hello. I just said, will it be Nathan who is first? And it was you who is first. Nathan's kind of colours. It's called Shhh. Hi, Esther. The weather's cold, but at least it's not raining. But I've not been able to do much outside because it's been too cold to go out there. And I couldn't go out for brunch on Thursday because it was absolutely terrible. Hi, Linda. It was awful. It was hammering it down and it was dreadful on Thursday. Cheers. So that's what I've been doing. Nothing. Yeah, it's called, what's it called? I don't know. It's not called anything. It's probably got a name if you go on James C Brett's webpage, but it just says colour lot number 1, 2, 3. That's what it says. I was doing a different pattern actually. I went to Knit Club, took a pattern with me, ready to start. Looked at the pattern and it was Aaron, so I thought, well, I'll be able to do it in double knit, you know, if I do a bigger size or something like that. But no, this is very fine. It's double knit, but it's so thin. So it just was not working out at all. And anyway, it was I had the same problem with this as I had with that blue sweater I was knitting. It's too fine, it's too flopsy. It just wasn't holding like a cable pattern. Well, an imitation cable because it's crochet. But it wasn't holding the pattern at all. I'm trying to get used to crocheting in my compression gloves because my hands have been... But we won't talk about that. But these are making my hands a bit itch. It might be lovely to knit, but I don't knit, as you know. Well, I do knit, but that's a lie. But I don't really knit much these days because of my shoulders. Good evening, Ethan. Yeah, it's just a bit soft and a bit floppy. So I decided to crochet it a bit tighter and do a closed stitch instead of an open work one. Yeah. I was supposed to be doing that pattern that Ruth had treated me to. It was the one by Cozy Rosie. It's got like twisted cables on it. But it needs a yarn that's a lot more firm to do it. It just wouldn't, you couldn't even see the cable on this one. So I'm just doing a simple, you know, feather and fan, yeah, whatever you call it. Shell pattern if you crochet it. It looks like feather and fan if you're knitting. I don't know whether I'd like to knit it because I think does it not feel a bit floppy, Linda, when you knit it? You know, I'd have to knit it on finer needles, I think. I'd have to knit on about a 350, I think, not a 4. Like normally you do double knitting on a 4mm. Hi, Chris. Hiya. Let me see who's diddly doos me. Somebody always sends me a message the minute I come on here. Nothing to do with me. It's my old street. So, nothing to do with me. I'm still on WhatsApp on this old street where I used to live because I'm nosy. And I wish I was back there. So, yeah, I've been trying to think of a way of altering where I'm living now. Top-down tees. I don't like top-down, as you know. I don't mind top-down in crochet, but I don't like top-down knitting because I can't use a circular needle, and I'm always afraid that I won't break for the armholes in the right place. This is top-down crochet, but it's got a nice armhole. It's not got a penguin armhole, if you know what I mean. With crochet, you can keep trying it on, you see, to make sure you get your break in the right place. I've seen so many people knitting top down where they break for the armholes too low. When they do that with their arms, the whole jumper comes up. They don't fit well. Plus the fact I hate going round and round, you know, on a well, I can knit on a circular needle, but I am so slow I might as well stop. Yeah, I would have to do it on straights. I can't. But at the moment, I'm not knitting because of my shoulders and my neck. And that doesn't seem to be a thing that's going to be cured in any time soon. So I think my knitting days are pretty much over unless I do a little bit at a time. I get a bit carried away when I start anything with knitting. I do too much, if you know what I'm saying. I'll knit and knit and knit, and then I can't move. I'm like that. I think I must tense up when I'm knitting. You know, pull my shoulders up or something. When I crochet, I'm relaxed. My shoulders are down, but when I knit, they tend to come up a bit. And I have to keep thinking, put your shoulders back down. Put your shoulders down. I used to like the knit more until the world and his dog had them. I don't like things that everybody knits. I don't know whether it's just me. I just don't. And the only thing that I've made that everybody's made is a virus shawl. Yeah. But when everybody, the world and his dog's making a certain cardigan, a certain sweater, and every time you turn on a video, they're making the same sweater, they're making the same cardigan, I don't want to do it. I've always been like that. I've always been unusual. I don't want to look like the herd. I mean, I started doing the hexie cardigans long before they were called hexies. Before everybody jumped on the bandwagon with them. I've been making them for about 10, 15 years, yeah. But now, the trouble is, you see, if you've got a certain kind of yarn that's got a long colour change, they do look better in the hexie. Because I don't like stripes. I mean, these are kind of stripes, but they're broken up. If you want to know what this is, it's I was lucky enough to be given some 20-gram skeins by Daniel ages and ages and ages ago. In fact, when I lived in Prestwich, I think he sent them to me, and they were very fine, very fine. It's supposed to be like a 4-ply, but it's very fine. So I got some navy blue, and I ran them with them, all different rows. It's a top-down cardigan. So that's what I did. So it's like double 4-ply or double fingering if you're in America. Because I knew I would not use the very fine 20-gram. You know, they're what they call like advents, don't they? But it wasn't an advent. He sent me a bundle and they were all like very bright colours. I don't know whether you remember or not. I haven't got any of them left to show you, so I can't show you. But some of them were a plain colour and some of them were one with a navy. So I decided to use a navy background and do it that way. You know me, I like to be different. I like to be unusual. It wouldn't be me if I made anything normal. Oh dear. Yeah, I've got ideas about the garage. I might actually make a video if I do the garage, but there will be no sound because you know my problems with the cameras. So I'd have to put a warning up saying there is no sound on this video. Please don't message me and say I can't hear you because I won't be saying anything. But it'll be like a silent movie, you know, like da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But ever since I moved in here, I just lumped the wool on the shelves, any old how. I never sorted them in any rhyme or reason. And with actually selling one or two things of the garments, I want to put the rest of the garments in plastic bags and put them on the empty shelves. And then I can get rid of the rail in the middle of the, oh gosh, it's covering everybody up here now. Get rid of the rail in the middle, and then I will have more space, you know, to put things in the garage. Because you know my bungalow's very cramped, so if I could get rid of anything out of here, it would be a blessing. I can't put much of value in there, well, apart from my wool, but I can't put much of any other value of stuff from the house in there because, unfortunately, if my garage door isn't lassoed onto my scooter, in other words, if I've got out on my scooter, the garage door blows open. I've had the man to it to mend it, not repaired it. It's just very lightweight. I really need a new garage door, but you know, wish me luck if I win the 12 million tonight. I can have a new garage door. That is not likely to happen. I didn't even win a lucky dip for the last few weeks. Not even won a lucky dip. As I say, I won £2.50 on the Euro Millions, but my ticket cost me £2.50, so I didn't win anything really, did I? I just got my money back. So, anyway, what are you all up to today? What are you all up to? Knowing Chris is probably cooking his tea. Nathan's probably bobbing on, bobbing off. I've not heard from Trev again. He said he'd ring me again. Yeah. Hi, Helen. I'm not so bad. I've got some compression gloves on. I'm trying to crochet with them on. So, yeah. Oh, you're not doing much. Are you doing much, Helen? Yeah, you're on at the moment, but you normally bob on and bob off, don't you? Especially if there's something on the telly that you're watching, yeah. You're extending the sleeves. Have you managed to find some other colour to put with it? Or have you got a bit left over? I thought you might have had to put a ribbon on of a different colour at the bottom. You didn't need it, yeah. It has got a good yardage. We're talking about James C Brett's marble trunky, and it has got a really good yardage. They're in 200-gram balls, but they do go quite a long way. You're knitting a jumper for your daughter, and Nathan's playing a game. Oh dear. I'm not a gamer. That's one thing I've never been. I lack the coordination. You know, you've got to be fairly quick with that. Your coordination when you're playing anything. My son used to get quite cross with me because he'd say, "You're not trying, you're not doing it." I don't track things very well with my eyes. I tell you, I've got astigmatism, and I've got macular degeneration. In other words, my muscles in my eyes. Yeah. I got told by the optician many, many years ago, I went to see a specialist because of my eyes. And he said, I mean, big exaggeration here. When I look at anything, my eyes do that to focus, and then they focus, yeah? Then if I look somewhere else, they do that again. But because I was born that way, I've got used to adjusting. But he said, as I get older, the flickering will go worse. So I'll have more and more trouble. So that's what they call macular degeneration or something or other. So somebody once said to me, "Oh, you've got very mesmerising eyes." And I thought, yeah, it's because they go like that, yeah. And I got told I look like the snake out of the Jungle Book. But when I was at school, I could never play tennis or anything like that because I can't track a ball. I can't play table tennis. I can't play tennis. I can't play anything. When you got even badminton, we tried everything. I go like that, like there's a hole in the racket, you know. I go to where I think it's going to be, and it goes sailing past me. My ex-husband used to get really annoyed with me. And I kept saying, I can't help it. My eyes don't track. They just don't. We've all got our idiosyncrasies, and that's a big word for a Saturday night, haven't we? Yeah. So that's why I'm better off with something that's close to my nose. I can track me crocheting, and I can track me knitting, yeah. Oh, dear. So what have I been doing? What have I been watching? I was watching Amora, of course, as usual. Oh, gosh. My ex tried to teach me how to sail. If I could have swum better, I'd have got off the boat and swum to the shore. Not a good idea. Thank goodness I'd learned to drive before I met him, so he didn't have to teach me how to drive. He had absolutely no patience with me whatsoever. So I don't know what your ex is like, but mine. He nearly hit me with the boom. It's called the boom. You've got a big sail on a sailing boat, and you have to tack. Tack means you're catching the wind from one side or the other. And when you want to, the wind changes direction, they swing the sail. The sail's attached to this big wooden thing called a boom. So you've got to duck out the way of it. And I swear he did it on purpose. He used to go, and he's bang. I shall. I swear he did. I tell you, if I could have got off that boat in the middle of the lake, I would have got off it. I will. How you doing? How you diddling, everybody? Oh, I saw a beautiful video of, well, it was on Facebook, but it's of Skiathos. And there's a shop there in Skiathos. It wasn't there when I went. Oh, the necklace, yeah. Big golden plastic. And they have a shop in Skiathos with all crochet. I tell you, if it had been there those years ago when I went on holiday, you wouldn't have got me out of it. You'd have had to drag me out of it screaming. Anyway, they got some handbags. Oh, they were absolutely fantastic. But they were superb. They were lined with satin, and they had, I mean, they would have been no use to me because I could only wear crossbody. But they had the, the handle and, the old-fashioned type of handle and that. Oh, they were gorgeous. But, I tell you, you never got me out of that shop. I know where it is. It's on the main street. What's it called? Papadiamonte Street. Oh, but I would love that. Can you imagine a shop selling crochet? I'd have been in the element. I wish there was one in England somewhere. I would go wherever it was. I would go. I would catch a train. I would do whatever it takes to get there. And I would just be going, absolutely. When I was a teenager, there used to be shops like that. We used to go to St Ives a lot, me and my friend. And they had little gift shops in St Ives. And they always had crochet things and crochet shawls. And it always smelt of patchouli. You know, oh, that reminds me, I should have brought. Oh, Instagram, somebody sending me something on Instagram. I meant to bring me my smellies in. I've got one just outside the door, actually, the one outside the bathroom, so I won't be a minute. I meant to bring the other one in. I found it again. You know, the one I used to have when I was in Prestwich, and everybody used to think I was on fire because every now and then again it used to go and shoot. It was like perfume oil you put in it and water, and it used to blow it out, and it was gorgeous. And I found it, but it's in the other room. It'll take me too long to find the oil and everything to put in it. But I have got my skirt stuck underneath the wheel of my chair. Oh dear, that's the joys of having long skirts. Ta, 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 ta. Will I burn more than 3? I don't think I will burn more than 3. Got me incense sticks. Do, 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 do. And in the morning, let me go. Gosh, I can't even see the hole where you're supposed to put. Where you're supposed to put it. Oh God, Janet, put your glasses on. Where is it? It's got a hole you're supposed to put the thing in. Oh, there it is, you silly Millie. I was looking in the wrong spot. Right, let's have a go. I don't think it's lit. Now it's lit. Can't remember what this is. Smells a bit like rose. It gets me in the right mood. I love a bit of smellies. I don't know whether anybody else does. Oh no, I don't mind you doing that. This is a good idea. I wish more people would. Oh, my friends just sent me a little video of a lady who'd gone dumpster diving, and some family had thrown away these quilted things, crocheted things and everything that this old dear must have maybe passed away, I don't know. And they'd thrown them all away. And she'd gone and rescued them. And I said, it's criminal, absolutely criminal. And one of them was a big tapestry with giraffes. It must have took her forever to do that. And I thought, that's what they think of her. They've thrown them all in the dumpster. You know, I'd be heartbroken if anybody did that, which they probably might with my stuff. Oh, when I die, please somebody come and rescue everything, yeah? Yeah. I'm going to tell everybody to come before my stuff gets thrown. Because sadly, my son does not value anything that I make. So I know they'd all go in the bin. Or to a charity shop, that's where they'll all go. Oh, congratulations! Woo-wee! You'd have to get on them first train the minute I'd passed away, Linda, otherwise it'd be gone. Yeah. Oh, I wish you lived near me. I'd make loads of things for your baby. Yeah. Yeah, if I go before you, Val, which I don't intend to do, I intend to be 100. Are you going to join me being 100? Yeah. I'm going to beat them all. Oh, gosh. If you live nearer, oh, we'd all be crocheting for you. None of my family, well, I tell a lie, my youngest niece, I made for her babies. But none of my step family appreciated anything I made. Yeah. Other people have, friends have loved anything I've made for their baby. But not my step family, no. So I stopped making anything for them. I'd rather make for people who appreciate. That's why I do for the older people. I mean, they're in the nursing home, they probably can't make anything anymore now. Yeah, Val lives near us. Val have to come and barricade the door. And don't let him throw me books away either. I've got 2.5 Billy bookcases full of crochet books. Oh dear. Yep. I'm still working on saving up for the camera, but I need lampshades first, yeah. I knit for I crochet for my eldest niece whenever she asks me. She doesn't wear it a lot, but sometimes she'll see something I've made and she'll say, oh, I do like that. She is crochet worthy. And I would for my youngest niece, but she's in London and it's a bit difficult because I don't know her exact size anymore. I haven't actually seen her in flesh for a long time. And I don't know what colours and things she wears now. But her daughter, my niece's daughter, she's 13, I think. She's learned how to crochet. So the Buckley tradition carries on. My mother would be so proud of her because it skipped a generation. My eldest niece can knit, but she hasn't got the time because she's a head teacher. She just does not have the time. And same with my youngest niece, younger niece. I said there's only 2 of them. She just can't do it either. But she's busy. She works in a lawyer's office, and I don't think she's actually a lawyer. Yeah, she might be. She's been at uni for so many years. She might actually be a lawyer. I don't know. Nice to have a lawyer in the family, isn't there? No, they didn't find fault with me knitting, Linda. They just didn't want it because it wasn't fashion. It didn't come from Baby Gap. Didn't have a label on it. My younger niece, I mean, obviously I can't make for them now because her son's about 14, I think, now, and her daughter's 12. I mean, I would make for her daughter if she lived near and I knew what style she wanted, but you can't just make things for teenagers these days without their permission, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what they want. But, I mean, that's why I always say to people, do not make a blanket for anybody unless A, you know they want it, and B, you know what colours they want. Because they just finish up in the charity shop. Because modern mothers just don't appreciate them at all, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. As I say, it's a pity you don't live in the UK, Shell. I love making baby things, but nobody wants them. I've got so many still to put on eBay and try and sell. I mean, Shiva does well with hers, doesn't she? But I don't. I don't. Whenever I try to sell anything, it's always the wrong colour, the wrong pattern, the wrong. Oh, it's beautiful, but or what my usual thing is, I wish I had grandchildren and I would buy your stuff. I just don't meet these prospective mums, prospective grandmas. Everybody says, oh, they're beautiful, oh, they're gorgeous. I wish I had a grandchild. Yeah, well, never mind. But when I get a decent camera, I am going to take photographs and I am going to put them on eBay. I told you at the moment, my camera on my phone alters all the colours. So, you know, you have to put an explanation on everything you put on eBay. Well, it's not really that colour, actually. It's a lot brighter than that, or it's a lot of it. So I get fed up. So I'm waiting to get a decent camera. Yeah, it's all right if they want them. I wouldn't it for babies if they were wanted, but I actually did a bundle of baby boy items that I did actually sell the other day. Well, it was Kimberly that sold them for me, and they were all my boy stuff. I had to go through. She was a prospective grandma with definitely a boy and I don't know. So I couldn't dare to put pink in because the don't know could have been another boy, couldn't it? Yeah. Oops-a-daisy. Yeah, I shall be shoving them on eBay soon, as soon as I get a camera. I don't know. Me and my cameras. My friend who knows a bit more about cameras than I do, she says, don't buy another camera till I've had a look at the specs on it. And I'll tell you whether I think it's any good or not. I mean, I could have bought a decent camera with the 3 I've already bought. You know, if I'd have saved the 3 lots of money up and bought one, I'd have done a lot better. But at the moment, my electrician's coming on Thursday. Is it Thursday? No, he's coming Friday. So I need lampshades. That's what I need next. He's having to change the light fittings because I think I told you they're not earthed. So I'm in danger of either having a fire or going zzz. So I think, you know, my health and safety is far more important at the moment than a camera. Still, yeah. Oh, look at that. It's going purple now and lilacs. It's even got some green in it. I'd be all right with Pride Week, wouldn't I? I think it's Pride this week in Blackpool, I think. And this weekend it's been a car show in Cleveland, but of course I'm not going down. I'm not that interested in cars, yeah. It's Pride Month in America. No, I think it's just Pride weekend. I hope Trev's still in Manchester because it's fantastic in Manchester, the parade. Absolutely, you know. Okay. Lindor, milk chocolate. It was the Pride Parade today, was it? Yeah, it would have been in Manchester, I think, as well. Manchester's is fantastic. I used to love to go. I love the costumes. I love the pizzazz. I love the rah, rah, rah. You know, I just love the whole thing. I love a parade. I don't care whose parade it is. I just love a parade. I think it stems from when I was a kiddie and we used to do the wit walks. My auntie used to take me all over the place to see everybody's wit walks. Yeah, I used to see the. It's a month, is it? It's usually just one day that they do a parade, though. You know, down Canal Street and everywhere. I wonder if Trev's still here. Yeah, well, I'm straight, Shell, but I still love a parade. I'll wave my flag, I don't care. Not everybody's cup of tea, I just love a parade. It doesn't have to be. I used to go to the West Indian carnivals as well. I mean, obviously, I'm not West Indian, but I used to love them. You know, like the Notting Hill ones, but not in Notting Hill. There used to be one in Manchester and Alexandra Park. I used to go every year. And you have never heard music like the West Indians. They have speakers that are the size of a bedroom. And your ears, when you're walking around, it's like boom, boom, boom. But they have the most fantastic food. You know, it's jerk chicken, rice and peas, everything, dumplings, fried dumplings, everything. I used to love going there. And they do parades. I mean, their outfits. Everything's got to be glitter with the West Indian. Everything's got to be glitter. Big wings and everything. And that's another one that's got great music. Hiya, Julie. Hope you're feeling a bit better. She'd come back from a bit of a holiday and she was feeling a bit knackered yesterday, weren't you, Julie? When you've got arthritis and bad backs, travel is never easy. You get shook about on even the most comfortable car in the world, yeah. Oh, I drove a Mardi Gras, yeah. I love any kind of a parade. I just love it. You know, if I was fitter, I'd be there with my wings on. I'd be walking with my wings on. I'm not gay, but I'll be there in the parade. I'm just a show off. Yeah, I'll be there wearing my wings. Yeah, I just love anything like that. I just love it. Bright colours, jazzy things, sequins. Yeah. I think if I was a man, I'd be a drag queen. Can you be a woman drag queen? Can you wear sequins? Big headdresses. I should have carried on with my ballet, you see, then I could have been, well, it used to be the Tiller girls in my day, you know, where they did the high kicks on the drag kings. Yeah, but they don't dress up like men, do they? They still dress up like women, don't they? I don't want to dress up like a man. I want to wear the outrageous makeup and the headdresses is what I want to wear. Yeah. I'd love to have a day out, you know, at Funny Girls and let them do my face up. I tell you, I'm weird. Oh, I don't want to be a man. No, I want to dress up like a drag queen. Yeah, I live in a very beige area. You know, the number of times when I go out and I'm wearing my embroidered jackets and things like that, the compliments I get, not for my looks or anything, for what I'm wearing. And yet they always follow it up with, but I couldn't wear it. And I'm like, why? Oh, I don't want people to look at me. And I'm like, oh, I don't wear things for people to look at me. I wear things because I want to wear them. I don't put things on thinking everybody's going to look at me when I'm wearing this outfit. I don't do that. I just put it on because I like it and I wear it and I want to wear it. But I'm in such a beige area. When I lived in Manchester, at least you mingled in with the crowd in Manchester because it was like the League of Nations down there. You know, people dressed a lot more flamboyant. I sat on the seafront here one day and I'm like, beige, grey, denim, beige, grey, denim. Not a red, not anything went past me. Nothing like that went past me. Everything was miserable. Apparently somebody was discussing me from the knit club somewhere else. And they were saying, what's she called? You know, that girl who's always beautifully coordinated. A, I love the fact they call me a girl, and B, beautifully coordinated. Oh, well, that's nice of you, Julie, to come on. Yeah, I know. You went on a long journey, didn't you? That would knacker me up and all. I mean, my niece's car is beautifully comfortable. But, I mean, I haven't been on a long trip with her for a while, but we went to, was it not Halifax? Where did we go to? Oh, gosh. Why am I thinking? It's not Halifax. It's not Huddersfield. Where was I thinking? Oh, it was beautiful anyway, wherever we went. But my bag, oh. Well, like I said, she has a beautifully comfy car. But it's just the jolting up and down. I mean, my scooter, Skipton, that was it? Yeah. My scooter's got sprung seating and everything. And even that hurts me back. But my little scooter, oh, gosh, that's why I hate using it. My little scooter just... No, I think it was Skipton, I think it was. I was thinking of something. Why was I thinking of somewhere else? Because I was thinking of where Agatha Christie went to. Oh, they have wool fairs there as well. I can't think what it's called. It'll come to me in a bit. No, it's not Hartlepool, no. It's a really lovely place. Like I said, they have wool fairs there. In fact, I think Amora went to one there. But it's not, well, I keep thinking Halifax and it's not. It's lovely there, absolutely beautiful. The shops are nice and everything. I love places like that. So why did I have to come and live here? I want to be flamboyant. I want people not to stare at me when I wear my embroidered jackets. And I want to go somewhere warm where I can wear sleeveless things. Where I don't have to wear a jacket all the time, even in the summer. I haven't even put my winter dresses away. I've still got my winter dresses on. My summer dresses are still under the bed. They have not come out. It's June. We had about 2 or 3 days that were warm enough to wear a summer dress. Well, one day where I didn't have a cardigan on. One day. Harrogate, that's the one. Thank you for that, Helen. Harrogate, it's beautiful. Beautiful place. But the price of the property there is like... When we were there, we just looked in an estate agent's door just to have a little browse, you know, and we were like... Oh, so it's not raining here at the minute. It's windy, but it's not raining at the moment. But oh, it has rained this week. It has. It's absolutely thumped it down. As I say, yeah, the week before, was it the week before, I had a summer dress on without a cardigan. Not for long, but I did. I took my cardigan with me. But I actually did have a dress on. My mate says to me, she says, oh my God, she said, you got a summer frock on? I said, I know. Make the most of it. I sold, yeah, Harrogate is beautiful, yeah. It is beautiful. But the price of the houses, you know, I think about 300,000, you get a one up, one down. To get a bungalow, you'd have to win the pools, yeah. Yeah, I would love to live somewhere where it's very arty. You know, somewhere like Hebden Bridge or places like that, where there's a lot of artists that live. That's the kind of... I mean, even when I was younger, I even thought of joining a commune, you know, where you all do things together. But I mean, of course, I couldn't do it now. But you know, when St Ives used to be very, very artistic when I was a teenager, and I used to think, oh, I'd love to live here. Everybody was a painter or whatever. It was just, I believe there's somewhere in Scotland that's a bit like that. There's one place in Scotland where all the artists live, and every year they open the doors of the houses and you can go in. I know they do that in Brighton as well. My niece always says to me, you'd love it in Brighton. You'd just love it in the lanes, you know, where all the individual type shops are. And they have a lot of second-hand boho type shops down in Brighton, I believe. But it's too far. I mean, like Julie was saying, it's too far for me to travel. I'd be knackered before I got there. And even then, you know, I'd only have to have my folding scooter and it'd shake me up that much. Is it Inverness? Look, it's a little villagey place where it's all artists that live there. It's not a big place like Inverness. It's a village. I think it begins with a C, actually. I remember seeing it on you know, on a video somewhere, thinking, ooh, it's my kind of place. Yeah, as I say, Hebden Bridge and all around there, they're very artistic, very creative. You know, they do weaving and spinning and all sorts of stuff like that. Well, you wouldn't like here then, Chris. It's far from pretty. We have the muckiest sea going. It looks like brown filth, our sea. I wouldn't dip my toe in this water, I tell you. Finehorn. No, I don't think that was its name. I just came across it quite by accident, and I saw it on YouTube, I think I did. And I know once a year the artists all open the front doors and you can go to houses and have a look at all the crafts. And I remember thinking, oh, that's great, yeah. I think it was by the sea. I mean, St Ives is very, very famous for artists because of the light, I believe. They say it's the best light for painting. Not that I ever paint. I don't think I could even do painting by numbers now. Artistic is not one of my traits. They always say, oh, you should just go with the flow and that. But Finhorn, it doesn't sound right to me, but it might be. I might be mistaken. Is it by the sea? Because this place is by the sea, I think. And they're all little cottages, you know, a bit like Tobermory and all that. What's the story, Tobermory? Oh, I know, I'd love Glastonbury. I really would. You see, all these places that I should have gone to when I was able and I never did. I've got one friend who does all these, she takes a yurt and she does all these knitting tent things. She goes to the Bearded Festival and different things like that. But you see, they camp and that, and I can never do that because I could never get on the ground, not even on a mattress. I'd never get up again. And as I don't drive anymore, I couldn't have a camper van, you know. But I always used to be so jealous when she used to go there. She did actually live in a commune for a while, this particular friend, yeah. I was watching a lady get. I go off on a tangent when I'm watching YouTube, and I watched a lady the other day, and she had been a hippie, and she'd been to everywhere when she was young. I mean, she's my age kind of now, well, a bit younger, and she'd been to like Afghanistan before it was in the war and that, and she'd been Goa and everything, and now she makes like hippie clothes for hippie people, but she doesn't live in England anymore. But I never would have had enough courage to just get in a camper van and drive to Goa, places like that. In my head, I like that kind of lifestyle, but in reality, I want a flushing toilet and a shower. I'm a contradiction. I've got the hippie brain, but I've got the conventional, I want a loo and a shower. Yeah, I love watching videos like that. I watch one, she's called A Little Boho Cottage. She lives in near Maine, actually, in America. And she lives there with her little chihuahua. And she lives, well, not quite off grid, but you know what I mean. I watch her every week, yeah. And even Jude, Jude in Scotland. He's sort of kind of off grid in a way, although he's got electric, hasn't he? But he lives on well water, doesn't he, and stuff. Yeah, I'd be the old hippie sitting in the crochet room while everybody around me was cooking for me, doing me housework. In my dreams, that's where I am. I'm a hippie. I've never been to Glastonbury. I wish I had, but I've never been. I used to follow a guy that lived in Glastonbury, but unfortunately he passed away. He was only in his 30s. What was more scary was he passed away from sleep apnea, which I've got. That was a bit scary. Yeah, I'd like to go to Brighton, like I said. I'd love to go to Brighton. I follow another lady who lives in Brighton. She used to live in Hove, but now she lives in Brighton. Every Sunday morning I watch her. She's a bit obsessed with her clothes, though. I'll give her that. But she does, obviously has loads of money because she buys loads of clothes. I'd love to be able to sew. I should have gone when I was younger to get lessons on. I mean, I can sew a seam, but that's about it. I mean, sew as in being able to do pattern designing and design your own clothes. I don't mean sew as in following a pattern that you buy. I mean, these people are creative and they can sew the kind of styles that they want. But sadly, I'm not gifted in that department. I envy people who can just get a couple of yards of material and then just throw this thing up with lace and everything, or they make a lace skirt out of a tablecloth. I was so envious. I was so not like that at all. I used to make dresses when I was young, but they were only shift dresses, as they used to call them. They were straight up and down with a couple of darts. That was about the limit of my sewing. That's I need to sort my stuff out though. I've got far too. I mean, I wear them all in rotation, but I've got far too many things. I definitely don't have a capsule wardrobe. I must have about 100 sweaters and cardigans, and I mean, they're mine. I don't mean what's in the garage. I mean, they're mine. I mean, I've had to divide my clothes up into summer and winter because there's no room for both of them in the wardrobe. But whenever I decide I'm going to go through them, I'm like, oh, I like that. Oh yeah, I still like that. I still wear that. That still fits. I can't part with anything. I find it so difficult to actually, unless it's too. The only ones I've got rid of recently are all too big. They're just way too big for me. And they're just not salvageable. You know, they're not things you could run a seam up the side. So I've got rid of those that are way too big. But hey ho. Yeah, I've got about 5 dresses that I got from Moonbeams and Mayhem. There's only one of them, I think, 2 of them have seen the light of day. One I wore to the knitting show in Blackpool, and one I wore on here, the green one. I'm just crocheting a cardigan or a jacket. I was doing a different pattern, but it wasn't working. It was like a cable pattern and it wasn't showing because it's very, very soft, this, very flopsy. So I'm just doing one of my, well, it started off because I took a pattern with me to knit club. And when I opened it up, it was Aran and not double knit. So I thought, doable, you know, if I do a bigger size, doable. But when I started doing this like cable effect, it just wasn't showing. Yeah. Oh no, I mean, I love this and I love the boho spirit, you know, because I love the colours. Yeah. Yeah. I might show you that green and grey I've got, Val. It's very pastel-y. And I keep looking at it thinking, is this more Val than me? I know you like boho spirit, don't you? It's pale green and grey, your colours, Val. I mean, if I was still making to sell, then it might have sold, but I'm not taking that risk. I'm only making things that I know people want these days. I'm not making things on spec anymore. The trouble is, you see, my kind of style isn't everybody's. I mean, I like something like this, but not everybody does. So if I made things like this, people probably wouldn't buy them. So I don't want to make any more, just to sit on the shelf. I keep saying if I made beige horrible cardigans, I'd probably sell them, but I can't. I don't know what there is. If I don't enjoy what I'm doing, I cannot do it. I mean, Kimberly says to me, oh, well, it's money and that. And I'm going, I can't do it. I just cannot do it. If somebody said to me, I want a black cardigan or I want a beige cardigan, I was like, no. But if somebody said, I want a colourful one, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Well, the lady at Knit Club, she saw my black furry jacket. And she goes, oh, I want one of them. She said, but I want it down past my knees and I want the sleeves to come over my arms. I'm like, no. It's hard enough crocheting with black eyelash yarn without something that big. I mean, black's hard on your eyes anyway, and crocheting with eyelash, you can't see the stitches. You have to keep going like that to see the stitch. I made it for me because I liked it, but I don't think I've worn it. Have I worn it? I don't know. I don't think I've worn it yet. Maybe. Yeah. I just want to make something. I'm getting a bit sick of the Exy jacket. But the cake yarn, that's the only thing you can really make with a cake. Because I don't like massive big stripes in everything. I mean, I made myself a cardigan in that yarn I got from the wool warehouse, and I don't really like it because it's got big patches of colour in it. And I just did it as it came, so the fronts look like I've tried to match them up and missed. And I made a sweater with it as well in the green, which is not bad. I like that, but it's very thick. That was supposed to be double knitted, but my goodness, that's a thick double knit. Whereas this is a thin double knit. I'm just hoping this doesn't make me itch because it's got 20% wool in it. So I'm hoping I don't itchy coo. Do, 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 do. Have I drunk my coffee? I think I have. Yep, I've drunk my coffee. Coca-Cola time. Coca-Cola time. I need to get some housework done tomorrow. I didn't do any today. And this floor is looking... Oh, here we go again. I've had to put a strap on my knee because my knee keeps cracking. My knee won't crack. My knee, when I get up, it goes like that, and then it goes... and I can't move until it goes... Something's gone wrong inside my knee again. It's great, isn't it? Getting old is wonderful. I recommend it. Still, as my dad used to say, what's the alternative? When I used to moan, he used to say, there's plenty in the graveyard, wish there were you. Charming. My dad was a font of information. You could never get above yourself with my dad or my mum. You know, you see parents today who are praising the children. Oh, you're doing wonderful. Oh, your singing's marvellous. And all that jazz. Not mine. Mine were the opposite. I mean, I'm a firm believer in praising your kids, but not stupid. Not praising them when they're really bad, you know. Encourage them to do better, but don't tell them they're wonderful when they're not. And then they go on to think they're wonderful singers, and then they go and make a fool of themselves on something like, you know, on the telly. Just because somebody said they were a good singer, and they're not. I've got a friend and his wife always gets up on the karaoke, and she's terrible, terrible singer. But everywhere they go, she's like, oh, karaoke. And I'm like, oh, no. Please, no. Spare my eardrums. I mean, I don't get in the karaoke because I know I'm rubbish. I mean, I used to sing in a choir, but then there was loads of us then. No, they didn't. I mean, they encouraged me in a way, my parents did, but they didn't let me get above myself, if you know what I mean. They'd always yank you back to reality. My mother was more enthusiastic than my dad. My mother would always praise me crocheting or praise me knitting or something like that. But my dad would always pull me down a bit, back down to normality, yeah. And as for my ex, well, no praise there. Definitely the opposites with him. I had absolutely no self-confidence when I was married. But I'm okay now. I'm okay now. I have bounced back. I think when you get older like me, you don't care what people think of you anymore. I mean, I don't mean I'd be horrible to anybody or anything like that, but you don't put up with the same amount of rubbish like you do when you're younger. I was a bit of a doormat when I was younger. You know, I used to get walked on, really, I suppose. But now, nah. I am what I am. If you don't like it, tough, because I ain't changing. You know. Oh no, my mum didn't mind who I knitted for or who I did. My mum never liked any. Well, she liked my ex for some unknown reason, but she never liked any of my boyfriends. She was very scathing about my boyfriends. Oh, you could do better than that. Trouble was I never did. The one she chose for me, oh my God, it's a good job she wasn't a matchmaker. She didn't plan my wedding. It's a good job because, my goodness me. Now, he's a nice boy. He's very good to his mother, yeah. A friend of Dorothy, I think, yeah. If you know what that means. Yeah, she'd pick out. Or I'd bring somebody home who was a right drip, and she'd say, "What's wrong with him?" Now, he's nice. He's a drip mother. One a date was enough. Oh dear. I wonder what it would have been like if I'd have had an arranged marriage if my mother had done it. Who she would have fitted me up with. I wonder. You often wonder whether, you've got choices in your life and you go one way, don't you? And you often wonder what would have happened if I'd have gone the other way. If I'd have chosen a different path, what would have happened? Would my life be completely different by now? Something you'll never know, though, isn't it? I think if I had a choice of two choices, I think he always picked the wrong one. All through my life, I think I've gone down the wrong one. I don't mean criminally. I just mean when I've had a choice of two different things to do, I think I've always picked the wrong one. No, my mum used to think I'd be the best fashion designer in the world. I knew I wasn't, but I did want to go to fashion, to school, to arts and fashion and that. But there wasn't any around in Manchester. I'd have had to go to London, and I didn't want to leave home. I would have loved to have gone and done fashion designing and stuff like that. I think I get that from my dad. My dad was very artistic, as in painting and sign writing and things like that. And my mum was very good at, designing things without a pattern, which I'd get that from my mum. Because I prefer to, freelance my crocheting rather than follow a pattern. That's why I will never do patterns, because I can only do the pattern in my size, and I can only do the pattern in English. So if somebody started wanting a tutorial or explanations, it'd be like, tough bunnies, you know, I've just done it and that's what I've done. I could never explain to them what I've done. Janet's School of Crochet. Don't come if you want to know every row, and if you want to know how many stitches you should have at the end of every row, don't come to Janet. Because Janet just wanders off on her own little tangent. I can't teach crochet either because I have no patience. I think that lady with dementia killed me for doing crochet. I mean, bless her, I know she couldn't help it, but every week she'd forgotten how to do a chain. And every week she'd pester me, and all the rest of my class couldn't get on with anything because of her. And she was my most faithful. She'd come every week, but she could not get past the chain. I said, go home and practice it. She said, well, I forgot what he said when I get home. Oh, dear. So I gave up my class. I couldn't stand it anymore. And she kept saying, well, are you going to do another one? She says, let me know when you're going to do another one and I'll come. And I'm like, oh, please, no. Can't cope. I know they can't help it, but oh, dear. I just do not have the patience. I'd rather teach kids. I was watching Amora the other day and she was saying that she does crochet classes like at school with the kids. And the ones who've been doing it for a couple of years now, they're actually teaching the newcomers that come in how to do it. She says, I'm redundant. She said it kind of runs itself now. It's like tutorials. I've never wanted to do them. Never. People who do them say they don't make money anyway. You spend all hours and hours and hours and hours doing, you know, filming things and editing it and everything. But I've never wanted to, you know, get the overhead camera and all that jazz. Sit there for hours and hours and hours crocheting and doing a video. No. Not my thing. Everybody's got their own thing, haven't they? But that's not one of mine. Some people like doing it. Not I. So when you were younger, what did you ever want to do? Did you have sort of illusions of fashion and knitting and crocheting? Or did you want to be a bus driver? Or what did you want to do? What's your burning ambition? I wanted to go back to uni when after Arian was born, but my ex wouldn't have none of it. I would have had to rely on him for childcare, and that wasn't happening. So who wanted to be a train driver or a bus driver or a... Window shop dress. I used to dress my my shop window. I used to do it every other week, yeah. I did toy with the idea of trying to do it, you know, for professionally, but I never did. I just did my own window. Everybody used to say it was nice, though. I used to have things suspended, you know, and that's, you know, that invisible plastic stuff that you can't see. You know, I'd have them, my jumpers doing this business and that. Did you do fashion when you did a shop window dressing? Dressing the mannequins? Yeah, ladies' fashion, yeah. I would have liked to have done that. But I had to make do with doing my mum's shop windows. I used to do all three of them, yeah. But in those days, we used to be able to rent kind of garments from Sirdar and Emu and that, and they used to come every month in a big box, and you used to have them on loan. And of course, everybody used to come in and want to buy them, and there weren't ours to sell. It was just to demonstrate the pattern and to get you to buy the wool and the pattern. We used to look forward to them coming. There were some gorgeous things that used to come. Oh, beautifully knitted. So I used to look forward to that, opening the box when it used to come. It used to come in a big box. I used to open it up and some lovely things. They did have some beautiful knitters back in the day. I mean, we used to do some as well, of course. But you know, you couldn't knit enough, quick enough to change your window like every month, you know, with a whole set of garments. We just didn't have the time. People think you sit in a wool shop and do your knitting all day long. You don't. You've got to do the shelving, you've got to serve the customers, you've got to tidy up your stock room, and you've got to put everything away when it arrives. You don't have time to sit and knit. I think people think you just sit there knitting and have. People used to say, "Can't you have a little knitting group? You know, can't you have people coming in this?" No, I haven't got the time. I'm too busy serving customers. I haven't got time to sit and have a chit chat while y'all have a knit, you know. And my mum used to say, "Well, you can do it later at night." I said, "Mum, I'm absolutely shattered. You know, the time I worked till, we used to open till 6, and I used to have to go home and see to a child, you know. And I worked full time. And she wanted me to stay, you know, one night and have a knit group, yeah. You want to live in a space station. Yeah, one of those gravity, what do you call it, things. Should we live one of those? Where there's zero gravity and our backs don't hurt, yeah. I used to have to, when I was younger, want one of those, you know, those like things that invert you so that you're hanging upside down kind of thing, you know, to take the weight off my spine so everything went the other way. Now I'd be terrified of getting stuck, you know, laying there upside down and getting stuck, yeah. It's bad enough when you're on the recliner and the electric goes out. I got stuck when I was living in Fleetwood. I got stuck a couple of times. We had a substation near us that used to keep going out. I mean, they used to mend it within about an hour or so. But I was always reclined like that, and then I couldn't get off the recliner. Yeah, I would love, you know, they say money doesn't help, but it does, because if you could go for acupuncture and, you know, osteopath massaging you and God knows what, it would help, wouldn't it? You know, if you could book a massage like at least once a week or go for acupuncture and things, it would help an awful lot. But I don't have like 70 quid to spend on a physiotherapist. And you certainly don't get one for the hospital. They just give you a sheet of paper. And as my friend in Scotland got a rubber band to stretch your knee. It made everything worse. She actually swore at the physiotherapist. She phoned me up the other day. She said she swore at him. She said his eyes just went like that. He said, "Have you been doing your exercise?" She said, "No, I haven't." That's all you get. That's all you get from the NHS. You don't get any heat treatment. You don't get any massage. You don't get a thing. They just give you a rubber band or something and give you a sheet of exercises. And that's all you get. One physiotherapist at the NHS actually said, "Well, we found out they don't do you any good." Excuse me. When I go and pay £70 to see a physiotherapist privately, they do. "Oh, hello, Dotty Dolly." Yeah, when I was in Harrogate, wherever it was, we went to that spa. I had a Thai girl massage me. Oh, it was brilliant. Hello, Dolly. I always want to sing that when you say that. Well, hello, Dolly. Is that your age, Dotty Dolly, 18? Yeah, you've got a song named after you. I mean, I haven't. There's no song that's named after Janet, is there? My friend was called Caroline, and she used to hate it when they used to sing that. Oh, Caroline, sweet Caroline. She used to go, "Oh, no, please, no." And they actually played it at her wedding, and she was cringing. She says, "I hate that." And another friend, she's called Mandy. And then there was that Barry Manilow song. "Hey, Mandy." But I haven't got a song named to me. The only one I used to get was a guy used to sing to me. I didn't fancy him, sadly. And he used to sing, "Good morning, beautiful. How was your night?" He used to sing that to me all the time. He had a good voice, but I just didn't fancy him. You've got one. I haven't got one. Can anybody think of a song that says Janet? Somebody compose one. Yeah, I used to love that. The other one that somebody used to sing to me was "Hey Fatty Bumble." "Hey Fatty Bumble, sweet sugar dumpling." That wasn't very nice, was it? Yeah, it goes on. "Don't, just because you're so big and fat, don't believe I'm afraid of that." I'm like, hey, just because I'm a bit plump, do you have to sing that? It's reggae, by the way. I don't think Nathan's got a song, has he now? Or Chris. There is one called Julie, isn't there? Julie. Oh, it's Juliet, isn't it? Juliet. The Commodores. Janet. I don't remember that. I'll have to look that one up. I remember the Commodores because that was Lionel Richie was one of them, wasn't he? There is a Julie, yeah. There's a Julie and there's a Juliet in there. Yeah, the one who sang Juliet, he married Lisa Goddard, I think, before she married Shane Fenton. I know they have a knit in public day. Do they have a crochet in public day? We'll have to make one up, won't we? Crochet in public day. I'll be sat there on the seafront on my own with the lashing waves and the wind blowing in my hair and my ball of wool finishing up in Blackpool. If I'm going to crochet in public, I want it to be sheltered. It's next Saturday, knit in public. We used to do it when I used to go to a knit club in Manchester, but then it wasn't windy. Oh yeah, Julie, 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 do you love me? Julie, Julie, are you thinking of me? Yeah, can you imagine me knitting in public round here, Linda? Or crocheting in public with my ball of wool blowing down the seafront. Was it you that was telling me there was some lady crocheting in Cleveland? I thought that when I moved here, I thought, oh, I'll be able to sit in the sun on the seafront and do my crochet. I've not done one day. I've not been in the park across the road yet. Maybe I could sit in the park. Might get some strange looks. I don't think they're a street of crafters. Oh, a heat wave. Oof. Let's hope it hits here. We get heat waves down south. They never come up here. Last time we supposedly have a heat wave, I was shivering here with my cardigan on thinking, where's the heat wave? And everybody down south's going, oof, it's too hot, too hot. And I'm like, what? It's freezing up here. We get gale force winds up here. Oh dear. I miss my sun trap garden in Prestwich. My God, it was lovely. I was out on that decking nearly every single day. I used to sit there listening to the birds, sat with my dogs. I used to do my videos out there. It was gorgeous. Here. Even if my camera was fixed. Oh, my backyard's disgraceful. It's absolutely ugly. Could do with it being landscaped. Somebody could do something with my flags. I don't mean flags I mean paving stones. It's the most depressing garden in the world, this. I try my best. But I haven't even planted any seeds because it's... Yeah, at my house, I should never have left it. It was lovely. I had a garden at the front and a garden at the back. Now I've got nothing. I've got pebbles at the front, and weeds, and paving stones at the back, and weeds. Oh, my son says, well, you didn't want a garden that you couldn't look after. I said, well, I liked a bit of colour, a bit of summer going on. I mean, if it's a lawn, you can always get a gardener to come and mow it, can't you? I haven't got any flowers because every time I try to plant anything, they get battered or eaten by the seagulls. Well, Michael Flatley was dancing on my roof again. That's his name now, my seagull. He's called Michael Flatley because he does the river dance on my roof. I think it's him that keeps eating my plants. He doesn't quite live on my patio roof, but he's there an awful lot. It's not been fit. I can't plant my seeds indoors because I get compost everywhere. So I need to sit outside in the garden. Yeah, Michael Flatley, he's on my roof, yeah. He does the river dance. And I think he's the one with the sore foot. There's one that's got one ordinary foot and the other foot's deformed. He must have been born that way. So I think it's him because he does sound a bit when he's up on the roof. So I think it's Michael Flatley with the club foot, yeah. Every day he comes and if he's not there, he's sat on the garage talking to me. You've got yeah, I've got one lands on I've got a bay windows at the front. And occasionally they land on there. They go, and you fry the living daylights out of you. They land like they weigh 2 tons. At least the one on my roof just seems to land gently, but then he skitters about on it because it's like a plasticky roof. And he's tick, 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 tick. And if I go out to him, he goes at me. Oh, God. Yeah, Michael Flatley, I call him. Because I swear he's doing the river dance. He sounds like that. The way the Irish dance. That's how I think he dances on my roof. So that's why he's called Michael Flatley. My friend's got a seagull that visits her, and it's got a big scar all across it. So she calls it Arthur Scargill. Arthur Scargull, sorry. Yeah. There's loads of them around here. I don't know where they live. Perhaps they live in the big tree. Yeah, Arthur Scargull, yeah. It's not my seagull, that's her seagull. He knocks on the window for her to feed him. I used to have a squirrel that did that when I lived in Prestwich. I used to give it nuts, you see, and if I didn't do it, it used to come and tap on the window. And Gigi, plumbing squirrel were bigger than Gigi. Gigi's, and the squirrel's like, oh, shut up, Gigi. I'm not scared of you. One of our Ian's dogs used to chase squirrels. Never caught them. It was never fast enough. But it had a thing about squirrels. I think it was, I don't know, it was Sky or Poppy. Oh, they're very big. Mind you, we were in Cleveland the other day. Sat outside in this cafe, and this couple got up and they'd left some of their dinner. This plumbing seagull come, phew, and then another one came down and they were fighting over this food. And the waitress didn't come out quick enough to clear it. And the blinking plates and everything were going flying with these seagulls. And she come out flapping her hands, this one. Get off, get off. I mean, I told you that one that pinched me toast from underneath my egg. And then I had another one nearly had me sausage roll. They're quite vicious, you know, over food, yeah. They swipe it out your hand. Because you're not supposed to feed them, you know. I don't feed them. Well, there's a sign on my corner shop that's not the corner where it says, please close the door because the seagulls are going in helping themselves. So they have to shut the door even when it's hot. My friend's got a cat flap. She walked in the other day and there was a seagull in a conservatory eating the cat food to come through the cat flap. They're cheeky. They really are cheeky. I mean, she's got, is it 5 or 6 cats she's got? I said, well, what were the cats doing? She said, standing there looking at it. Yeah. They weren't tackling the seagull. I mean, the seagull's probably bigger than them because they're quite big birds, you know. I didn't realise how big they were until you look at them close up. Yeah, it came through the cat flap and went eating the cat food. No, I mean, I have my conservatory door on, but it's Michael Flatley's not come in yet. He does sit on the garage roof and talk to me. And if I don't answer him, he goes, I say, what do you want? And he's I'll say, go and buzz off, go fly somewhere else. And if I don't talk to him, he puts his head back, and you know, they do that noise in their throat. Oh, he's so noisy. I'm saying he, it might be a she. I don't know how you tell the difference. There'll be somebody on here who says you have to look at their beaks or something, or they've got a little mark on their head or something. I'm looking for one. Johnston, some Livingston seagull. No, I'm sticking with Michael Flatley because he dances. I presume it's the same one that comes every day. It might be a whole host of them. There might be a family of them for all I can't tell one from the other. It may not be the same seagull. I don't know what he finds up there unless there's moss or something growing in there. He was sat on the garage roof the other day with a big lump of moss stuck in his mouth, so I don't know whether that's what he's after, whether there's little insects living in the gutters. I don't know. Yeah, he had a big lump in his mouth the other day. I can't go on ladders, you see, so I can't get up there to empty it. Maybe if I shoot the hose pipe up there, it might get rid of some of it. I need to clean my windows. I just can't. I was going to do so much today, and I got up a bit latish, then I had my breakfast, and then I thought, oh, I better get my shower before the Asda man comes with my groceries. And then by the time he'd come and I'd put my groceries away and that, the day was half over. And I'm like, oh, I don't fancy wash. I washed the dishes. And I went in the garage and tidied up a bit. And then I looked again and it was 3 o'clock and I'm like, what happened to the day? I don't think I would like that. Well, not if it was a seagull. I mean, at least when I lived in Prestwich, I used to get little birds that used to sing to me. And everybody used to remark about it because every time I did a video outside, they used to start chirping in the hedge because I had privet hedges there. And people used to remark about the birds. Gosh, the birds are noisy today. But here it's just seagulls. You don't see any other kind of bird. Or occasionally magpies. I think I told you there was 10 magpies on next door's roof. I went to get my camera to take a photograph of them and 2 of them flew away. So I've got a photograph, but there's only 8. I thought they were having a convention on next door's roof. I said to her, you had 10 magpies on your roof the other day. And he said, oh, usually it's the seagulls. Because I can see, when I look up, I can see next door's chimney. And there's always a seagull sat on top of it. They're quite bold round here, they really are. They chase the dogs, Well, we don't seem to have any cats. I did see a cat once on the driveway. I don't know whose cat it was. But I don't see many cats, yeah. Well, when I lived in Prestwich, it was always magpies. Because they were little so-and-sos. They used to steal the eggs off my little birds used to nest in the tree, in the hedge, the privet. And these flipping magpies used to go and get the eggs, yeah. If I saw one near, I used to go out flapping my hands to make it fly away. We've got wood pigeons here. I don't see them very often, but I can hear them. They go woo-woo, woo-woo. But we're a bit lacking in, like sparrows and blackbirds. Never seen a robin since I moved here. And I haven't seen a squirrel either. We used to have kestrels nesting in the church when I lived in Prestwich. There was kestrels up the top in the bell tower. Well, I would love birds in my garden, but I don't. All I get is seagulls. Not quite the same thing, is it? I'm not going to feed them. Yeah. A pigeon was hanging upside down from your guttering. Did you rescue it or did it rescue itself? They nest on roofs round here and everybody. Oh, that's good. People put like netting and stuff on the roofs round here to stop the seagulls nesting. Because I believe they're a protected species of seagulls. I don't know whether it's right or wrong, yeah. Well, at least it didn't bite you. Sometimes when you try and help them, You ever tried helping a cat and come away unscathed? I've only ever seen a cat here. Like I say, on the driveway, there was a cat. And I said to next door, is that your cat? She says, no, we don't have a cat. So I don't know whose cat it was, yeah. Yeah, it stops them from going foraging, doesn't it? Somebody said you can hang out fat balls, I think, but not put seeds and stuff. I think I was watching if you watch Kate, The Last Homely House, she's a quilter. And she was feeding the birds until somebody told her not to do in the summer. But I think they said she could hang a fat ball out, I'm not sure. Ah, yeah, that's what it'll be then. Fat balls are all right, yeah. I'm not feeding these blooming things. Michael Flatley can look after himself. Probably pinching chips off the holiday makers. The unwary. It's funny though, my next door at the back neighbour, he hates them with a passion. And they always seem to congregate on his fence and everywhere. They must know he doesn't like them. I just tolerate them. Yeah, you can feed everything through the winter, can't you? But I say I'm not doing it because I'll get in trouble with the neighbours. Because they hate these seagulls. But I don't think we're supposed to feed the seagulls. I'm sure there's a thing. It says it's on the seafront, don't feed them. I accidentally fed them one day, though. I was coming back from the supermarket and I had a giant bag of crisps because we were having I think it was Christmas or something, we were having a party. And I had these giant bag of crisps, not in separate bags, all in one. And as I was going up the seafront, how windy it was, it blew it off my scooter. And not only did it blew it off my scooter, it scattered. It was like a snowstorm of crisps. And of course, these come flying down. I thought, well, don't you fine me for feeding the seagulls because that was accidental. So they were eating me crisps. And I weren't stopping. Yeah, there was no way mind you, had gone out. We were supposed to be going to Affinity on Thursday and there was a big fire in a disused catalogue shop on the high street in Fleetwood. So there was fire engines, there was smoke. I believe it was dreadful. So I'm glad it was the weather and we weren't going, yeah. Yeah, apparently it used to be an old Marks and Spencer's, but that had long gone before I got here. These gloves are nice, they're all right. They're only cheap. They've got like, oh, I don't know if you can see it or not. They've got like ridges on them. Can you see the ridges? Kind of like a rubberized ridge. It's not on the back. But they were only cheap. I just thought, well, I'll try them. I like them because they've got short fingers. Because usually the ones come further up to the top and I can't wear them. They come up to and I can't wear them when I'm doing my crochet. But they were dead cheap. Well, I said dead cheap. There were 2 pair, I think, for $8.99 and $9.99. But I can actually crochet wearing them. It's not helping my finger there though. That's hurting, but at least it's my whole hand are not hurting like they usually do. So maybe I've solved the problem. I've been taking my glucosamine, and I've also been taking my magnesium for my itchy legs. And I've got a magnesium spray, so God, it's like a nightmare getting in bed at night, yeah. No, these have got, it's like, can you hear it? It's like rubber ridges. Oh, you can see them there. Rubber ridges. Oh yes, she'll be crocheting again. She likes a bit of drama. Well, my hands are dreadful, but I'm not giving up. I've been told, my mother got told to stop doing it, and every time she stopped, she couldn't move her hands at all. My mum was a knitter, not a crocheter. Yeah, every time she went anywhere, they used to tell her to stop. They've told me when I had my carpal tunnel done, they told me it's repetitive and you shouldn't be doing it. And I'm like, oh, go away. I'd go potty without my crochet. I have to sleep in splints, to stop me. Apparently, when I'm asleep, I do that. So I have to have a splint, that go. It's a metal splint thing that goes all the way up, keeps your hands open. That's helping. I'd stopped wearing them, but I found them and put them back on again. The other trouble is the Velcro sticks to everything. They've got like 3 Velcro straps going across and one going from your finger down. But I've had them that long, the Velcro's gone a bit iffy. But they're quite expensive then. Well, they always say to use it. I mean, it's like my knee is clicking like mad. It's something wrong with it. And yeah, the Shido, yeah, I have to stop. I sleep with my thumb inside like that, with my hand like that. That's how I must sleep. And then, of course, I can't open my fingers in the morning. So I was going to get one of those rubber ball things that you squash a lot, but I've read that it's the wrong thing to do for what I've got. It's not the right exercise. If you look online, there's exercises that we're supposed to do. Every so often take a break and stretch your fingers out. My problem is like I do that with this hand because the wool goes across. I've got a groove on my finger. Can you see where the wool goes across? Yeah, Lucy. I wouldn't know about that, Julie. It's been a long time. I think I've lost it. I've not used it, so I've lost it, yeah. I mean, my knee's clicking at the minute. It's when I stand up, I can't move. I have to stand still while my knee clicks. It's great, isn't it, getting old? Fantastic. I feel like setting my body to music with all the cracks and the groans and the creak. I don't know which is worse, the knee I had fixed or the knee that I didn't have fixed. Because the knee I had fixed never worked at all. My friend in Scotland, not you, Linda, my other friend in Scotland, has been told it'll be at least 2 or 3 years before she gets an operation. Hey, it's great. The NHS, it's wonderful. It's all right if you walk around when you've lost a leg or something, or you're having a heart attack. But if you've got something what they call routine, I'm still waiting for my routine appointment for the doctor. Still got to go till the 24th yet. My electrician's coming on Friday, and my niece is coming on Sunday. So it's a busy week this week. And my bags for my jumpers are coming on Wednesday. Maybe I'll go into the garage when the electrician's here and stay out of his way, if you know what I mean. I could be putting jumpers in bags while he's beavering away. If he wants me, he knows where I'll be in the garage. I'm having another ball. We're having a ball. I can't sing the rest of it. I might get banned on YouTube. It's what they used to sing in a club in Yorkshire where Jane MacDonald used to work. You might remember it if you're living in Yorkshire. All the bar staff used to get up on top of the bar and do this little song. I don't think it was the one in Batley. I think it was another one. I saw the Supremes in Batley. They used to get some really good turns, as we used to call them. Oh, I've missed a treble. Luckily, it's at the end of the row. Yeah, Batley. It was Batley Variety. And they used to have all the big stars there. Yeah. Yeah, coach loads of people used to come from all over the place. I think I went on a ladies' night out, which was rare for me to be allowed out on a ladies' night out. Yeah, I can remember it. It was when all the halter necks were all the fashionable, long dresses, halter necks. And I remember this bloke coming up to me and he says, "My God, love," he said, "you don't get many of them in a pound." I thought it was cheeky, just because I've always been a bit gifted. I mean, I'm not now, but I used to be. And I had this low halter neck on. Yeah, I saw the Supremes, yeah. When Diana Ross was still with them, yeah. That's how long ago it was. Yeah, they used to have some brilliant people there. Nearly all the big stars used to go there. But he used to fill the place, you see, so I suppose he could afford to, to pay the fees. I know Diana Dawes had been there. I think Jane Mansfield was there as well. Don't know what they were doing, whether they were singing or what they were doing. Just flashing the boobies, probably. God, Shirley Bassey, she must be about 90 now. I think she's still singing as well. I know she's older than me. Yeah, they were. Some people are rubbish live, but some people are good. I tell you, it was really good live. Neil Sedaka and Tony Christie. They were really good live. Some of them, they just flatten everything because they can't hit the high notes anymore. And they flatten the song. They take the high notes out of it and the low notes, so they sing like that. But not Neil Sedaka. He was absolutely brilliant. And so was Tony Christie. And I tell you, I saw Luther Vandross in Manchester. He was absolutely brilliant. He sang just like it was his records, Luther Vandross. You know, like I say, some of them are rubbish live. Oh, he was so good, yeah. Yeah. It was £60 a ticket, and I bought one for my boyfriend, and he didn't turn up. Oh, I was so mad with him. He said I couldn't come out. I see Peabo Bryson's died, hasn't he? I loved him singing. Was it A Whole New World? I think he sang. I used to have an LP of him singing with. Who did he sing with? Was it Diana Ross? He did a whole album. Oh, yeah. I mean, today's singers, they're not singers like they used to be, good singers. Now they're all tweeted up. I mean, they've got gizmos that alter when people go flat, don't they? They put them back in key and that. They can make anybody sound good. And yet when they go live, they're absolute rubbish. Whereas I think like the older singers, they didn't have all that stuff to make them sound better than they were. They were just as they were. I mean, like Shirley Bassey, for example, I mean, she used to belt it out, didn't she? She had a voice and a half. She didn't need the mic, did she? When I was younger, my idols were the Everly Brothers. I saw them in concert, I don't know how many times in Manchester. And then I also saw Little Richard, Bo Diddley. Who else was there? Chuck Berry, yeah. They did a whole collaboration together. I went to see them. I saw the Beatles. Oh, I've seen loads of the ELO, the Electric Light Orchestra, Freddie and the Dreamers, Jerry and the Pacemakers. Oh, you couldn't hear the Beatles. They were all screaming at the front. It was in a dance hall I saw them. It was called the Astoria in Oldham. And everybody was stood. It was like where the dance floor was, so they were all pressed right up to nearly touching them, really. And everybody was screaming that much I couldn't hear them. Well, I sing the Rolling Stones, yeah. But it was long, long, long before they went weird. They were actually wearing suits when I saw. They had suits with little velvet collars. The Wurzels. Aye. I've seen, what were they called? Russ Abbott used to be in the group. Can't think what they were called now. Oh, I've seen Rod Stewart long before he was ever famous with Long John Baldry. I've seen Lulu. Who else? I've seen Cannon and Ball when they were long before they were famous. And Shwaddy Waddy. I've been to see quite a few. I used to get him free with the Astoria because the bloke who was the manager of the Astoria used to bank at the bank where I worked. And I think he had he was never out of hand, if you know what I mean, but I think he had a bit of a thing for me. And he used to always let me in for free. Saw the Beatles for free. No, I've not seen Cilla Black live, no. I've seen some comedians and that. I've seen Frankie Howard and Bob Monkhouse and somebody. The Black Abbots, that was on, wasn't it? Yeah. Seen them a couple of times. Yeah, I used to go in, get in for free. Yeah. He used to say, just come to the side door, just tap on the side door, and I'll let you in. And he used to always say, all I want is a kiss. That's all. He was never out of hand. He used to just kiss me on the cheek. It was all very circumspect. But I always think he had a bit of a thing for me, really. My mates used to be dead jealous because they used to have to queue up and pay. Yeah, he used to come in the bank, they used to bank the takings because it was all cash in them days. And he used to say, hi, Johnny, you coming tonight? I said, who have you got on tonight? He said, such a body, such a body. I said, yeah. He said, just tap on the door, let you in. Yeah, I don't think I ever paid. As I say, my mates used to have to. One of my mates was more jealous than ever because she didn't get in to see the Beatles. It was too many people. They didn't sell tickets. They just used to have to go and queue up. Yeah. Oh my God, the Wurzels. Well, they weren't that famous anyway, were they? I can remember being in London. Oh, I've been talking about before I was married, when I was a kid. And I went to the Victoria and Albert Museum. And this bloke, a young lad, started talking to me. And then he said, can I buy you a coffee? So we're in the V&A. So we had a coffee and that. And he said he lived on Baker Street. And I said, all right. Like, I wasn't impressed because I didn't know how expensive the property was on Baker Street. So I said to him, how come you're off today? I said, why are you not working? He said, I'm just not working today. I said, all right then. So then anyway, he wanted to see me again, and I said no because I wasn't that bothered about him. And then about a week later, I'm watching Top of the Pops. He was the lead singer of some group or other. Oh, my claim to fame. I can't remember the name of the group. They were one of them 5-minute wonders, they had about a couple of hits and that. I can't remember what the group was called. But I'm like, my dad said to me, what are you looking like that for? I said, he asked me out and I said, no. I just didn't fancy him. Yeah. With plastic fantastic. Look at the state of it. And Shad's not here to see it, is he? Yeah, I've had some. Before I met my husband, I used to live my life. I used to be out dancing all the time. We used to go down to Manchester on a Saturday afternoon and go into this, I think it was called Juliet's. And Jimmy Savile was the DJ, but before we knew he was a bit, well, I think we knew back then, but, we just avoided him like the plague. Yeah, I think it was Juliet's. It was above the pictures. There was a cinema, and then you went in a side door and you went upstairs to the dance hall. But they used to do these discos, as they called them, on a lunchtime. Me and my mate used to go down there. It was when Jimmy Savile used to have half his hair green and half his hair red. And I think I told you I drove all the way to Wigan Pier one time to go to Northern Soul, and we picked the one Saturday that they were doing something to the hall, so they'd cancelled the meeting. So I never got to the Northern Soul. And I'd driven all the way to Wigan for it. Days before the internet, you see, you couldn't check. You couldn't check that it was closed that weekend. And I suppose the people who go every week would have known. But we didn't. We just went on the off chance and it was shut. Oh dear. Hey, those were the days. I had a nice childhood. Nice teenagehood. All innocent fun. We used to go to the park on the Sundays. We used to do what my dad used to call the monkey walk. We used to, girls together, we used to walk up and down looking at the lads, you know. All innocent. And then we used to go around in a big gaggle of us as boys and girls. I mean, I actually met the wife of one of the lads much, much later on in life. And she said, "Is it true that you never went out with," he was called Ian, "you never went out with Ian?" And I went, "No." I said, "We used to go around in a big group. We go to the cinema, we used to go to the park, we used to go everywhere. But nobody was going out with anybody, if you know what I mean. We just stayed as a big group. We never like split up into couples or anything." And I said, "Yeah," I said, "we used to." She said, "Ian told me that." And I didn't believe him. I said to him, "You must have gone out with some of the girls." And he went, "No." I said, "No, none of us did." I used to have a crush on one. What was he called? He looked just like George Harrison. But he wasn't interested in me. He used to have that Beatles suit, and he had a haircut like George Harrison. That's probably why the only reason why I liked him. You have peculiar crushes when you're young. Yeah, I dated a guy, and he had a sports car and everything, treated me like a queen. And I stopped going out with him, and my mum said, "Why?" I said, "Because he's shorter than me," and he were a lot shorter than me, and I'm not tall. Anyway, he went on to be a millionaire. Did I ever let that one go? I had to wear flat shoes, and even then I was taller than him. He was only very short. Paul, he was called Paul Whittaker. Still remember him. Should have known he had money because he had a sports car. He was only, what, 17, 18, a sports car. What is going on outside? All this bumping and banging out there. When it's quiet, I can hear all sorts of bumps and bangs and stuff. And the other day, it sounded like somebody was in the loft. I mean, it wasn't. It must have been next door. He's so quiet, you know, and he does make a noise. I'm like, whoa, whoa, what happened there? I never hear his telly or anything. He's that quiet. He is a very sociable creature though, so he goes out a lot. But he's the best neighbour you could ever wish for. Never hear a tweet out of him. Occasionally he might maybe drops something or a bang or something, and you think, what the hell was that? And I think, oh, it must be Colin. But when you've lived with neighbours where, you know, they're banging and knocking, I've always had kids next door to me when I used to live in Prestwich. And they used to run around screaming and things like that. But here it's so quiet. Once the shop's shut, there's nobody walks past anymore. You're off to the land of Nod. Well, I hope you have a nod. I didn't do bad last night. I only got up twice. That's a good night to me. It's the age group, you know. You have to get up for the bathroom, don't you? But apart from that, I did have a sleep, actually. It was not the night. It was the night before that I didn't sleep at all because I had the restless legs. And the magnesium has worked, I think. Either that or I haven't had restless legs since then. But, yeah, it's growing, Julie. It's growing. Da, 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 da. I'm actually doing a poncho at the moment, but it's all different colours and I didn't want to bring them all in and keep swapping colours because I'm doing about 6 or 7 colours. So I thought, nah. It's all one colour, the wool. It's James C Brett called Shhh double knitting. It's quite fine. It's, well, I do UK, so it's 5 treble and 1 double crochet, and then you alternate it. It's got a name, but it's not on the label. If you look on the website, it's got a name. It's a very fine double knit, but it's got loads of yards on it. I think it's got about 500 and something yards on the ball for 100 gram. And I think it's, I'm not sure, I think it's about $3.99, $4.99, something like that. But it's well worth it because it's got such a lot of yardage. But this was a gift, so I don't exactly know how much it is, yeah. Jelly babies. I've got a magnesium spray. I was advised by a lady at Knit Club to take magnesium tablets and do a magnesium spray just before you get into bed. Because, the other night I was up all night with it was just like ants crawling up and down my legs. It was dreadful. It drove me potty. I kept getting up, I'm going to walk round. Then I got up and watched a bit of YouTube, and then I got up and made a brew, and then I got back in bed again. And then I got up for a wee. And in the end, I just gave up altogether and went and sat in the chair in the front room. And even then, my legs were crawling. And it's not the morphine because I've not put the patches on. Jelly babies. I don't like that coating on a jelly baby. You know, that like a flowery coating. It goes through me when I bite in it. Ooh. Well, fruit gums do. I've got fruit gums. Or I did have. Yeah, I've still got them somewhere. I've got a box of wine gums. I hate it when I get crawly legs. When I had my spine done, for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I had to lie on the settee. Everything, like, crawling up and down my legs. It was awful. It's the nerves and your legs, because I have neuropathy. Oh, it's great getting old. It's such fun. Cubes of Roundtree's jelly. Well, I used to get told off by my mum. We used to make jelly a lot because I suppose it was a cheap kind of pudding, wasn't it? Jelly and evaporated milk we used to have for afters. I used to get told off from my mum because she'd give it me to melt and I'd be eating the cubes. And she said, it'll never set if you keep eating them cubes. I used to love them. Yeah, I don't do it anymore. I used to put like mandarin oranges at the bottom and use an orange jelly. Or we'd put fruit cocktail at the bottom and use a different cut. My mum we used to always have jelly. I suppose it was cheap, wasn't it? Tin of evaporated milk and a jelly. Or sometimes we'd have cold custard with it, jelly and custard. I mean, bless her, my mum did what she could with her money. She was very good at spreading her pennies, my mum. Yeah, I don't know why I don't do it anymore. I used to love jelly with fruit in it. And when I was really seriously dieting a few years ago, I used to get that, that no sugar jelly. Because that way you felt like you were having some afters, even if it was only a bit of jelly. Yeah, I used to do bananas as well. I used to do it for Ian when he was young. Oh, yeah. I mean, they don't taste the same, do they? What do they do with them? I've always got tin fruit in. I love tin fruit, but it's not good for you. I've got some apples, actually, that's gone a bit wrinkly. I need to stew them tomorrow. I've got clementines, oranges, bananas, pears, and apples I've got. I love my fruit. I didn't buy any soft fruit because I like to choose my own. This was an online order and they always send you rubbish stuff if you order strawberries or blackberries or anything. You get rubbishy stuff. Oh, my cauliflower was horrible. I complained. My cauliflower's yellow and a bit blown, if you know what I mean. Looks like one they've had a bit. I've complained to Asda, but they haven't said anything. Yeah, I eat a lot of fresh veg. Well, I haven't at the minute because I like to choose mine. So next Sunday I'm going to Morrison's, so I get loads and loads of veggies then. But I thought I was safe ordering a cauliflower, but they didn't have any sprouts, so I couldn't get them. I mean, people say use frozen, but they're a bit tasteless, aren't they, frozen? I don't know why. I had frozen green beans the other day, but I much prefer to get fresh ones. Tell you what I do like when they're in season. Peas in the pods. Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? I don't cook them, I just sit and eat them. No, frozen veg doesn't taste of anything. I don't know what they do to it. They say, oh, it's just as good because they freeze it when it's new and all this rubbish, don't they? They say, and it doesn't taste anything. The only veg I'm not dead keen on is carrots. I think it's because nearly everybody does carrots al dente, and I don't like them like that. I like my carrots soft, and I even like carrot mash, but I don't eat many potatoes, but when I do, I like carrot mash. I know it's probably not as good for you when your carrots are a bit soggy, but I prefer them that way. Yeah, I like most vegetables except fennel. Ooh, no. And artichokes, no. Yeah, but they don't taste of anything, Dotty, frozen sprouts. I know it's easier, but they really just don't taste like sprouts. I like me sprouts fresh, chopped up with a bit of butter, salt and pepper. Yours are nice, mine. I don't know, they just don't taste like sprouts. I prefer fresh ones, but they didn't have any. They were out of stock. It's the same with green beans, you know. I buy green beans, but I don't like the frozen. I've got frozen ones. I've got all sorts in the freezer because I use in emergencies like that. But it could be cauliflower cheese tomorrow with this collie because it needs cooking because it's not going to last 2 seconds. You freeze some fresh sprouts. Yeah, they just didn't have any. It just said unavailable. Unavailable. Because I had to do an online order because I wasn't going out. Sainsbury's, but you see, I have a little Sainsbury's down at the bottom. It's a bit of a far, but it's only a mini Sainsbury's, if you know what I mean. So I don't think, you know, the fresh stuff's as fresh. Yeah, well, they didn't have any. I miss Berry Market because, my goodness me, their veg used to keep for weeks because it was so fresh when you bought it. I know I upset people when I say I won't buy vegetables from Lidl or Aldi because they don't last 2 seconds. I won't buy anything from, you know, fresh unless I'm going to use it that day. If I buy apples, I finish throwing them away. Bananas don't last 2 minutes. And as for like strawberries or blackcurrants, they're practically going furry before you get them home. It might be cheaper, but I think Aldi and Lidl are all right if you've got a big family and you cook them that day. They have stopped buying mushrooms because they go mouldy and black. I only buy mushrooms if I'm going to use them that day or the day after. Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, I've stopped getting grapes because I weren't eating them fast enough. They were going weird. Yeah, I don't know what there is about Lidl and Aldi. I think they concentrate on the cheapness. I mean, they're all right for things like potatoes or something like that, but anything that's a bit soft and squashy, unless it's just my branch that's rubbish. No, I don't rate it at all. Even my friend who's very, very budget conscious, she started going to Marks and Spencer's for her fruit. And she's very budget conscious, trust me. It is, it's not good at all. I don't care what they say. I mean, some of their other foods are all right, but I've stopped going now. Yeah, I love Marks and Spencer's, but I always finish up spending too much. I quite like Morrison's actually. That's where we go. It's purely because it's the nearest kind of big supermarket to me. So we go to Morrison's. I quite like their stuff actually. I know somebody said, oh, they're expensive. I don't find them expensive at all. And the fruit and veg lasts for ages if I go to Morrison's. No, we don't have a Waitrose. I used to like Tesco's, but I don't think we've got one close by here. That was my local supermarket in Prestwich, was Tesco, yeah. I know my friend gets a lot of stuff from Ocado. I've never ordered from them. But she always manages to get like, the offers where you get so much for so many weeks or something. But I've never ordered from Ocado. And I won't order from Sainsbury's in case it comes from that little shop. It's like a tiny little shop, Sainsbury's round here. So I think I'm not ordering online from them just in case they shop in that little shop. It's not a big Sainsbury's, if you know what I mean. There's probably one in Blackpool somewhere, but I don't know. Val will probably know that. Yeah, we used to have a big Sainsbury's in Prestwich, which was Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's, Tesco. We had an Aldi and a Lidl as well. But surprisingly enough, I used to get stuff from, I think it was Lidl when I was in Prestwich, and it wasn't as rubbish as it is around here, yeah. I don't know. My friend, she always manages to get these deals, where you get so much knocked off your delivery. I've never got one. As I said, she's very, very savvy with her money, my friend, but she won't. Like I said, she won't get a fruit from Lidl and Aldi anymore. Yeah, I mean the one in Prestwich, I think it was a Lidl. Or it might have been an Aldi. No, I think it was a Lidl. Um, their stuff was much, much better than this stuff around here. Whether it's the manager or whether it's whoever orders or whatever, I don't know. Because you do get variations. I mean, like where I lived before, it was very Jewish, the area. And we used to get a lot of stuff in our Tesco that you don't get anywhere else. And like if you go to the Tesco's in, like, say, Moss Side, something like that, it's a lot of West Indian. We used to get a lot of Polish and a lot of Jewish food in our Tesco. But they do have different things. It depends on the locality and what people are buying. I mean, our Lidl, maybe that's why our Lidl was better, because it was very, very Jewish and Polish where that was. And so they had probably they probably ordered different things, than what they do here. Because here's not multicultural, it's very, very white around here. So you don't get all the variety. Like they used to have like Italian week or Polish week or things like that when you used to go to the one in Prestwich. And, you just don't get that here. And I still miss my bagels. Oh my God, do I miss my bagels? And don't tell me this all. Those New York bagels, they've never even seen a bagel then. They're like polished, whatever. They're awful. Those in a package. It might say bagel on the outside, but it ain't a bagel. No, somebody did question, I think it was Tesco's, saying, you know, do you stock different things for the area that you're in? And they went, yeah, we do. They cater to the majority of their customers. So if the majority of their customers are like Polish or something, you get a lot of Polish food. Oh, you've been to the movies. What did you go and see? I can't tell you when I last went to the pictures. The flicks. I think it was The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. About 20 years ago. I can't sit still in the pictures. I cannot sit still. I get the fidgets. I really do get the restless legs when I'm in the cinema. I don't know whether it's the seats. They're usually velvet, the seats. But I can't sit on velvet. It makes me bottom itch. I go to the loo about 70 times because I just have to keep walking around. I can't sit. Ooh. I think that's why I never watch films. It's like psychological now. I can't sit still. Hello, my darling. Are you still in Manchester? Are you there for the Pride Week? Or have you disappeared? Nathan, look who's here. Look who's here. Oh, you're missing it. It's brilliant, Pride Week. I was just talking about that before, ages ago, saying how much I love a parade. Yeah. You went to Morecambe. You should have come to Fleetwood and Cleveland. Not Fleetwood, though, mind you. Hiya. Hiya, Trisha. We've not seen Shad this week. I don't know where he is. He's not here. You seen the colours I'm crocheting, Trev? Yeah, do you want a jumper? You know me and my bright colours. I like my bright colours. So where are you now? Are you back at home now? Or are you still on your wanders? Ah, no, I love Manchester. When I win the lottery, yeah, that's where I'll be going, back to Manchester. And I'll get a big enough house so you can visit me. Because when I win the lottery, it won't be a little frugal bungalow. It'll be a mansion. With a spare bedroom. Yeah, I won't be around here if I win the lottery. I'll be gone. I know we are, aren't we? We're so friendly. Yeah, it's called Shush. Shh. It's called Shh. James C Brett Shhh. Oh, I haven't looked. I probably haven't won, so I like to think I've won until Sunday morning when I check, yeah. Oh, I know. I love that street. Now, I won't be getting a house down there. But I will be getting a house if I win the lottery. I shall be getting a big, big, big place with at least 3 bedrooms. Can have a craft room, a bedroom, and a spare bedroom. Got to have at least 3 bedrooms if I move again. I'm done with a bedroom and a cupboard. And fitted wardrobes. Oh, I dream about my fitted wardrobes. I've always had fitted wardrobes till I moved here. My bedroom looks like I'm squatting. All my clothes are on view. Yeah, he's not been on today, Shad. So I don't know where he is. He's probably out, like you say. Or he'll be on a barbecue somewhere. He always gets invited out, doesn't he, for his meals? Does our Shad. He's a social creature. Not that I'm jealous, just normally the shade of green. Yeah, I would be back in Manchester like a flash. I would be saying, bye-bye, Clevelands, bye. I'm gone. You can keep your mucky sea and your high winds, I'm going. Probably be a cardigan. Probably a cardigan. From moi. I'm actually crocheting a poncho, but it's all got 7 different colours, so I decided I would crochet this instead. So I could talk and crochet it at the same time. I've got compression gloves on, so I'm doing all right, yeah. I know the colours are gorgeous, aren't they? Thank you, Kimberly. I'm sure she can get you more if you want any more. This is a girl to ask. It went down a storm at Knit Club. Everybody wanted to know what it was. One lady actually ordered it, but she didn't order this colour. She ordered a different colour. I don't think she's quite as bold as I am. Quite as flamboyant as I am. But I love this because you can put a black dress on, or black trousers or something. And that, that's all you need. Yeah, it's the colourway ball. That's the ball of it. That's what it looks like. It's got all the colours of the rainbow, I think. I don't know what it's called. It's got a name, but it's not on the ball band. It's just called Shh One. But I like my bright colours, I do. I'm not a beige girl. If you like pale green and grey, Val, I might bring it on next Wednesday. I've got some boho spirit, and I know I will not ever use pale green and grey. I don't know whether they're your kind of colours or not, Val. If they're not, just say so. Although eventually I'll stick it on eBay or something. I bought it thinking that, somebody would like it when I was doing it for, the shop. And I never used it. I think it's one, I think. What does it say? SH01. SH01 it is. I don't know what it's called. They've got names on the only reason I know that is because the knit club ladies were looking it up online to see, what different colours there was. Holiday Vibes. Ooh, I would have thought it would have been called like Rainbow or Pride. They are people. Holiday Vibes. You know me, I love bright colours. That's why I've got about, I don't know how many cardigans in boho spirit. Yes, the trams do come rather quickly round the corner, don't they? They flattened a few people. The worst bit is the bit near Piccadilly Gardens where they're coming at you from all angles and you're like, trying to cross the road there. You think they would have a crossing or something. There's loads of drunks get flattened every week there because they're not looking where they're going. Or the spice addicts, from Piccadilly Gardens get flattened there every week. It's just where you go around the corner, like from Primark and that. It's kind of a busy crossroads there. You don't linger on the tram lines. I didn't have a scooter back then, but I was frightened of getting my wheels stuck in a tram line. My niece actually turned onto one just by accident because it wasn't very well signposted, but it was just a tram line. And I went, a tram line, so she come off again. Yeah, I miss I used to get, the tram used to go to Manchester. You could be in Manchester from where I used to live in 10 minutes. Or 10 minutes the other way, you could be in Bury. And you can actually get to Trafford Park now on the tram. It wasn't when I was there. They were building it when I was there. They were extending the line. So you could get, I think you had to change when you got into Manchester, but you could get all the way to the Trafford Centre on a tram, which would have been brilliant, really, because it's a pig of a place to get to if you haven't got a car. But I used to love it even when I was a bit sort of handicapped because the tram stops in Bury right near the market. Even though with my bad mobility, used to be able to get to Bury Market on the tram. I used to manage to walk up. I was a bit better then. I used to manage to walk up with my wheeler. I had to stop a few times. I knew every garden wall between here and the tram stop. I used to manage to walk up to the tram with my wheeler, and then I used to go to Bury Market and fill my wheeler up. I miss that. Oh, fresh veg and meat and fish. Brilliant, yeah. My son learned to drive on Averroes, AV Row. Yeah, it's a bit like your overhead lines. Well, in London, it's an underground because it goes mostly underneath the, underneath the town. But in most other places, they're on top of the road. Yeah, like you. Well, I suppose they're more like trolley buses or whatever in America. I don't know what they call them. Oh yeah, Manchester's. There's not many closed shops in Manchester city centre, whereas here, every time I turn around, good grief, one of our shops is, yeah, London, the trams or the whatever, like the subway, yeah. Oh, there you are, it's like the Bartville says, Val says, Ville. I'm changing the name to Ville. Val. Well, it's time. No, they've got doors that open like that. Yeah, the Blackpool tram. We used to sing a song about the Blackpool tram. When I used to go to that Harmony and Health group, I used to always sing a song about the Blackpool tram. Who got run over by a tram in Coronation Street? Alan Whatnot, didn't he? Got run over by a tram. Not in real life, just on the soap opera. The Blackpool Bell, that's the one, yeah. Alan Bradley, that's the one who got. Yeah, San Francisco's the trolley buses, though. They run off the overhead, don't they? Ours are long, like a train. They're like a mini train, a tram. And they have doors that slide open and shut, like when you get to a station. Just think of a little train with about 5 carriages, 6 carriages. But you can walk from one end to the other, yeah. Yeah, Google Manchester trams, that's right, do that. Who doodly doodled me? Somebody doodly doodled me. What does it say? Oh. She might do. Julie just sent me a message. Somebody's selling a hexie cardigan for £50. She said, "Do you think she'll get that?" I said, "Probably." We don't know how much they charge for those in the Naked Sheep, do we? Val, you're going to have a look, aren't you, when you go in next time? He didn't really get killed. It's just a soap opera. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I don't know how much. She has a rail full of them in the Naked Sheep, all for sale. But there were no prices on them, and I didn't like asking because she knows I make them myself, She might have thought I was just being nosy. Well, I was. How much did you sell yours for? But they have the same adaptation as I do, making the sleeves longer and narrower. They didn't have the big flappy sleeves, yeah. But she doesn't have the front the same as me. She has the front that goes straight up with them, yeah. I've never sold one of mine, so I don't know how much they'll be. If I made one for anybody, I don't know. I don't know how much I'd charge. Maybe I could get 50. Maybe not. My name's not Passionate Kelsey. Wonder why they have a plaque. It's not as if it really happened, is it? Yeah, Morecambe is prettier. Much prettier than here. Why do you think I don't want to stay? Is it obvious? I don't like it. Everybody goes, oh, it must be lovely living by the sea. I'm like, well, it would be if it was a nice place. I don't know what Morecambe seafront's like. I've not been for donkey's years. Because when we went to Morecambe, we went on a trip. We never got as far as the seafront. We just did the shops and had a bit of lunch, and then we caught the coach and came back home again. So we didn't get to the seaside. I think some people on the coach walked as far as the sea. Oh, oh yeah, the ones with what they call, I can't remember the card. At least he works though, doesn't he? He's not a dosser that scrounges off the stage. He's got a job, hasn't he? Got his own bakery. Yeah, we went a couple of years ago, didn't we, Val? We went with the group from the Larko. We went to get the famous sweets and the shop had shut. Chocolates or something, wasn't it? What was it, Val? A very famous shop. And Val's telling us all about it. When we got there, it weren't there. It gone. It's every time you go down the shops around here, another one's gone. If they open any more bars and Cleveland's, it's, oh, God. Sick of it. Shops keep closing. We're opening up a bar. Or Coffee Creams, that was it. Oh, it's Southport, was it? Not Morecambe. I knew we'd been somewhere. My friend used to live, well, not at Morecambe, she used to live at Heysham. But she's gone back to live in Scotland now. I knew we'd been somewhere. I thought it was Morecambe. I'm not very good with geography, you probably gathered that. I don't know whether places are up or down or sideways. I did pass my geography, much to the surprise of my geography teacher. She said I had you down as a probable fail. Yeah, well, you got me wrong, didn't you? I must have got a good paper that year. Oh, that you mean the one that was drunk and fell over off the lamppost? The one that was talking to himself. I get all the weirdos when I go out. Val and Sue were laughing at me. Said, hey, you clicked, here you go. He was so drunk he was hanging on the lamppost. Yeah, probably. I think it was Morecambe, wasn't it? Where they've got the funny tides. Mind you, a lady got blondes have more fun. I don't know about more fun, we just attract the weirdos. Yeah, Val was they were laughing at me just because this drunk was attracted to me. I tell you, I get them all. I get the drunk on the bus, yeah. I don't care where I sit on the tram, I always get one. And the tram can be empty, they'll come and sit next to me. Mm-hmm. I had a homeless guy last time I went to the library, eating his pasty. He was like Walter Mitty, according to him. Oh. And then I wouldn't mind but coming back. I had another one that were telling me he knew the Queen and that he used to play the drums with people like Rod Stewart and that. And I'm like, yeah, right. Oh dear. And I go, oh, that's interesting. I thought, don't sit next to me on the tram. Anyway, he latched onto somebody else when he got on the tram. Oh, and the trams are supposed to be like every 10 minutes. I'm sure I waited about half an hour with this bloke before I was so relieved when I saw the tram come. When he'd worked for the government as well on the secret missions. He didn't know we had them. And the Queen knew his name. She said to him one day, "You're looking very tired." She said, "You're going to need to go home for a nap." I'm sure the Queen said that to him. Can you imagine? The Queen coming up to somebody saying, "I think you look tired, you need to go home for a nap." Oh, I could write about you, I tell you. Anything that's happened to me. I got one when I was on a tram in Manchester. He sat there with a plastic bag, black plastic bag, knotted at four corners. He proceeded to tell me that everything he had on was bought in England. He didn't believe in buying anything from China. And he presumed to take off half of his clothes to show me the labels, yeah? Everybody on the tram was having a really good laugh, like that. And then he turned around and said to me, "You're looking very beautiful." He said, "I bet you're going to the bingo, aren't you?" And then he said to me, "Which tram are you going back on?" He said, and then he said, "I've had such a good time with you." He said, "I want to catch up with you on the tram going home." I know. And there was a guy sat in front of me, and he was obviously a bouncer. He was a big black lad with, the bouncer's outfit on. And I said to him, rescue me. And he kept saying, no, you're on your own. Anyway, and I'm getting off the tram. I went like that to put my arm through. He said, "No, you're on your own, mate." I was trying to link up with him like he was my boyfriend. He said, "You're on your own with that one." He was laughing his head off. I said, "You're no help." I entertained the whole tram for about an hour. No, about half hour, actually. I get them all. He even took his shoes off to tell me that his shoes were made in England. Oh, gosh. I do see life. And on the tram the other week here, I got a lady telling me she was a recovering alcoholic, and I had the story of her life on the way home. Oh. Do I look as though I'm easy to talk to? My ex-boyfriend used to say, "I can't leave you for a minute." He said, "I go to the toilet in the pub and I come back and you're talking to somebody." I said, I'm not talking to her. Just come and talk to me. I do. I attract all the nuts, yeah. I must have a sign on my forehead saying, nutters welcome here. Oh. No, that guy who liked my jacket, I tell you, he was hanging onto a lamppost because he couldn't stand up straight. Yeah, my ex-husband used to say, it's your look on your face, you must be welcoming him. I went, no, I'm not. He said, do you have to talk to everybody? I went, I don't talk to everybody, they talk to me. Yeah, the beggars have got the card machines now, yeah. Well, that bloke that plays the guitar in Cleveland, is it the blind, whatever his guitar player, he says, cash or a card now. He takes cards. I thought, blimey. Honestly. The Afternoon Millions, what you mean, the one I won tonight? Yeah, don't tell everybody. It's 12 million tonight, isn't it? It'll be me. It'll be me. I've got a feeling in my waters it'll be me. If I'm not here next Saturday, you know it was me. If I'm not answering your texts. Don't be sending me begging letters. Because I shall return them not known at this address. Oh dear. I probably haven't either. I've just not looked, Nathan. I like to pretend, you know. I usually check it on a Sunday so I can think that I've won until then. No. I tell you, the last time I won on the Euro Millions, I just got my money back. Yeah, no, I could only buy 1 week this week. I could only buy for tonight. Usually I do, you know, the month and then I can forget about it. But it would only let me buy tonight's ticket. Oh, good yawn. Oh, that's because it's gone past the witching hour. That's why I'm yawning. Time whizzes by when you're having fun. I know. I know, Val, I know. Yeah, it changes. Maybe I can buy my ticket tomorrow. No, I've got my favourite numbers. They're the ones I do win on. I don't win on my lucky dips. The last lucky dip I had, I think I told you, I just won my money back. Well, I didn't win my money back. It was just, I just won the price of the ticket. I wonder if anybody has won the big money on a lucky dip. Because you don't even know what your numbers are. You just pick a lucky dip, don't you? You could tell you anything. You could say, no, you've not won because you wouldn't know what your numbers were. Mind, the other week I missed putting the lottery on because they never told me that. They used to always tell me my ticket had run out. And they never told me 1 week. And I was like, oh, please don't let me win. Please don't let me win. Anyway, I didn't. So it's the only week I've been saying, I don't want to win. I don't want to win. I'd have been heartbroken because, you know, they didn't send me a reminder. So now I started writing it on the calendar. And I buy my tickets so I'm not being shoved out again in case it wins. I'm not even done half of a ball, Kimberly. Not even half a ball gone. Certainly going a long way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How many years have I done the lottery? Ever since it started. I've had that many years. The most I've ever won was 100 and something years ago. Hi, Nancy. You've just caught us because we're late. I haven't gone off yet. It's gone past the witching hour and I'm still here doing my crochet. It's coming on Friday. This week, Friday, Trev. Yeah, party will be hard-earned cash on Friday. Well, it isn't exactly hard-earned. I'm not turning tricks for it, you know. Yeah, I'm saving up for lampshades and then I'm saving up for a new camera. That's what I'm saving up for next. I'll get a flipping blogging camera if it kills me. One that works. As I said, I might video when I'm doing the garage and sorting it out, but it will be a silent movie. I know somebody will say there's no sound, even though I'll be putting on silent movie. Because it's videoing and I can upload it, there's no sound. No, you can't put music. Well, you could if you could get that free music, but knowing me, I'd probably get clobbered for, what do you call it, copyright or something. Just think I could sing and you wouldn't hear me. I could put music on, wouldn't I? Because you wouldn't be able to hear it, but you might just hear it faintly in the background. You can just about hear my little voice going, but it don't, you couldn't really understand me. I'd have to come up to the microphone like that to say something, which would defeat the object because I couldn't be doing things on the shelf, could I? I had to keep coming up to the microphone and yelling down it. Yeah, my friend got her son to say something and he said, it's working. It's working. No, my friend sorted it out and she said, oh, it's working now. But her son was sitting next to her. So, yeah, it did work. Because she said, say something to the camera. And he went, hi. And she said, say a bit more than that. I can't work it out. And it recorded it. But, of course, he was sat next to her. So I thought, oh, it's fixed. So I came in and I put the camera no more than 18 inches away from me. And he couldn't hear me. I even bought a remote mic. No. So it's something to do with the sound setting inside the camera. And she's usually quite good at fiddling with all the stuff, getting it right. But I don't know why it's just not. I don't have much luck with cameras. And people say, oh, use your phone. But the phone's like thin like that or thin like that. And then it cuts off after about 20 minutes anyway. And then I can't upload it to YouTube from my phone. I don't know why. I could upload it to Facebook and I could upload it to No, I can't upload it to Instagram. It won't let me. Or will it? Yeah, it will, but Instagram cuts it off after about 5 minutes. Your file is too big, it says. And yet other people seem to do Instagrams and it lasts for ages, but every time I try to do one, it tells me my video's too long. Oh. Yeah, but they're camcorder money, aren't they? My son used to have one, a little camcorder, because he videoed my niece's wedding. But I don't know what happened to it. I think he said it broke. If I didn't have this camera, you wouldn't see me at all. That's why I have to sit in the kitchen. It's the only one I can get to work. Yeah, I'm off to bed in a minute myself as well. Is pale green and grey your colour, Val, before you disappear? Because if it is, I'll bring it on Wednesday. Okie dokie. It's boho, but it's very pale. I must have been dreaming when I bought it ages ago. I've had it ages in the shed. It's just gathering fluff. Be a bit less for me to tidy, won't it? Yeah, well, I finished my row now and it's 12:20. The witching hour has long passed. And I need the loo, so I'm going to go before there's a nasty accident on my computer chair. Anyway, thank you all for keeping me company. We seem to have had a bit of a lively evening tonight, don't we? It's nice. Nice, nice, nice. So whoever's left, that's what I'm up to. Whoever's left, thank you very much for keeping me company. And Trevor, to you. He's my online lover. We've never met, but he's my online lover, aren't you? Yeah, oh, I'm quite liking these gloves. You should get some for your banister dolly. They've got little ribs of rubber. They're supposed to be compression gloves, yeah? I shall send you a link. Okay. And they're doing it, well, I said they're cheap. They're about £9, I think, for 2 pair. Yeah. Anyway, bye everybody. Thank you very much. Don't forget the thumbs ups. Thumbs up and hype, share, whatever. I'm going to go now anyway, because I need the wee. So bye for now. Bye everybody.